Our story today is about the clever but greedy tortoise who lived in the village of Ayeto, where the sun warmed the red hearth and the river sparkled under the palm trees. There lived the cunning tortoise known as Ijapa. Small, slow, and wrinkled, his mind was sharper than any hunter's spear. Yet the villagers whispered behind his shell. Ijapa is clever, but his greed knows no bounds. Ijapa lived alone under a towering iroko tree. With his smooth words and sly tricks, he often took from others without giving back. While others toiled, he feasted, always at their expense. One bright morning, the village chief Bale Ajani called everyone to the village square. His voice, deep and commanding, echoed through the air. Ẹ̀yin ará Ayeto, the harvest has been bountiful this year. In 3 days, we shall hold the Ajodun Olodun, the festival of plenty. There will be pounded yam, egusi soup, and palm wine, and all sorts. But he paused. Each family must bring a pot of palm wine to share. The villagers clapped and cheered. The festival was a time of joy, dancing, and feasting. But Ijapa, looking under a kola tree, rubbed his chin. Why should I bring anything when I can enjoy everything for free? He thought, his eyes gleaming with mischief. Ijapa had a deceptive plan. That night, Ijapa went from house to house with a soft, cunning voice. He whispered to each family, "My friend, times are hard. I know you are worried about your palm wine. Why not pour just one cup of water into the communal pots? With so many people bringing wine, no one will notice your small contribution." Each villager, thinking only of themselves, agreed. After all, it was just one cup of water. The long awaited day arrived. The village square was alive with music, drumming, and laughter. The large communal pot stood proudly in the center, ready to quench everyone's thirst. The Bala raised the calabash to the sky and declared, "Let us taste the wine of our unity." But when the first cup poured, the liquid was clear, just water. A heavy silence fell over the crowd. Then came the gasps, the whispers, the confusion. "Who has tricked us?" Bale Ajani thundered, his voice sharp with disappointment. All eyes turned towards Ijapa. Everyone knew his ways. But with a sly smile, Ijapa said smoothly, "I brought my share, as did you all. The pot tells the truth of our hearts." The villagers' faces burned with shame. Each one has been greedy and dishonest, and now they all suffered together. Bale Ajani, his face turned, spoke gravely. "Let this be a lesson. Greed has left us thirsty." "Boy Ijapa," he said, his eyes narrowing, "it was your tongue that led us astray. Be warned, greed always returns to the greedy." Boy Ijapa chuckled to himself. "Let them grumble, my belly is full from their foolishness." Months passed, and the rains did not come. The river dried to a dusty trickle, and the yam vines withered. Hunger crept into every home. The villagers shared what little they had, looking after one another in their struggle. But Ijapa, ever greedy, kept his large store of stolen yams, cocoyams, and granuts hidden beneath his iroko tree. When the hungry children came begging, he waved them away. "I'm just a poor tortoise. What can I give?" he said. Desperation drove the villagers to consult Iya Arisa, the village oracle. They brought offerings and pleaded for the earth mercy. The old oracle, a voice like the wind through the trees, declared, "The earth withholds our blessings because greed has polluted your hearts. One among you hoards more than they need, while others starve. Find them, and justice will bring the rain." That night, the villagers searched the land. They followed a trail of yam peels to the base of the great Iroko tree. There, beneath its roots, they found a hidden store, heaps of yams, baskets of cocoyams, and pots of palm oil. Hunger flared in their hearts. While we starved, you feasted, a woman cried. Selfish Ijapa, another shouted. But Ijapa, quick and cunning, said, I am only a small creature. Can't you see how hard I worked for this? Bale Ajani, his voice low but firm, said, Ijapa, your greed has cursed this land. You shall be banished beyond the 7 hills, where you must survive alone. The villagers did not cheer. Though hungry, they felt the weight of the decision. Ijapa was part of their community. Troublesome, yes, but one of their own. Beyond the 7 hills, Ijapa lived in misery. There was no one to trick, no one to deceive. It toiled under the harsh sun, but its harvests were meager. Its hunger gnawed at its belly, and loneliness pressed on his heart. Often he thought of Ayeto, the songs, the laughter, and the faces of the people he had deceived. What good is a full storehouse when your heart is empty? He muttered to himself. Back in Ayeto, the villagers shared Ijopa's heart among themselves. With no more greed dividing their hearts, the sky opened. Rain poured down, drenching the hearth, filling the river and the blessings of the fields. The land turned green again, and the villagers harvested a bounty greater than ever before. Yet something was missing, the mischief of the tortoise that had once been a part of their days. Seasons passed, and one cloudy evening a figure approached the village, his shell cracked, his eyes weary. It was Ijapa. He knelt before Bale Ajani and the villagers and said, his voice low but clear, I have learned, my people. Greed left me with nothing. I do not ask for your food or your shelter, only your forgiveness. Bale Ajani looked into Tote's eyes and saw the truth. He turned to the villagers and said, Ijapa tricked us, and his trick caused us pain. But his absence also taught us a greater truth, that a village without its people, even the troublesome ones, is no village at all. The villagers, with their hearts softened, murmured in agreement. Japa remained in Ayeto, but he was a changed tortoise. Though he still played tricks, after all, it was Ijapa. He also shared his harvest and his wisdom. The villagers, remembering the festival of water, also learned. From that day, they always brought their best to the communal pots, knowing that greed, once shared, poisons all. On many nights after, the elders would gather the children around the fire and tell the tale of Ijapa and the festival of water. They ended with a proverb, if we eat together, let us enjoy together. Greed takes, but generosity gives forever. And the children, with their eyes wide with wonder, promised never to forget. The moral of this story is that greed isolates the hearts, but generosity builds a community.